You already know what it is. You already know
It's
what it do.
cracking. My voice is kind of back. We back.
Everybody get straight to it. Don't waste no time. One
Now
time.
play my theme music.
Yeah, now now play my theme music. One time for the
Sheesh.
fan.
I'm probably hitting that every show now that I can remember.
I
Put that
like
on the
that.
t-shirt.
I like that. I see why Dion got everybody all riled up on that. Now play my theme music. You know we lit. You know we live. One time for the fan. Always talking Falcons football every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Right here. Facebook, YouTube. Type it in wherever you want to find it. Spotify. Keep it moving. You already know how it is. Buddy, what's good, man? How's everything, sir?
Man, can't call it, man. Just slowly but surely get my voice back. Um, it's a good day. It's a good day, man. This is gonna be an interesting show we got today. What about you, man? What you got on there? What you ever been matching it? Is it uniform?
Sheesh. Rocking that new Falcons Inspire Exchange collection.
Ooh.
You know, just came out.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to the Falcons. This one right here is online. This one, I don't think so. I don't know. It might be. I haven't seen it online just yet. But this one, see that one?
Oh man.
It's pretty dope.
Who flow you sweep to get that?
Sheesh. One time for the fan. Gosh.
Exclusive.
Inspire change, everybody. Whatever you do, however you do it, be great out here in this world, folks. Bodie, you got the training camp bucket hat on. Are you going back to Flowery Branch tomorrow?
Hey man, I love this hat, even though it's kind of small. My head's big. They said one size fits most, and I guess I'm the 1%. So
you know, it's the cool thing. Like when you go look in your closet and you see all your Falcons merch, you see all the stuff you got. You're like, damn, man! Like the jerseys, the shirts, the hoodies, the sweaters. Like Falcon fans that's in here right now, like go look at how much Falcons apparel you got, and then go look at all your other clothes. You're gonna be like, shit,
yeah,
going in for these Atlanta Falcons. Which I love it, man.
No, I love it, man. I got so many jerseys and counting. I just picked up a John Abraham jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, man, I'm just racking up. Had a Keith Brooklyn jersey I picked up before that.
You still got that crumpler?
Oh, I got that crumpler. I got
when you talked to Crumpler at the game we was at earlier this season, when you told him you had the jersey too, he was like, man, you better hold on to that, right?
What did he say? And he said, yeah, because we met in the bathroom. And I didn't want to be weird while he was at the stall. Wash my hand. I was like, hey, man. Hey, Algie Crumpler, how you doing? I almost wore your jersey today.
Gosh.
Like, yeah, you got to hold on to it. Ain't too many of them left. And he ain't lying. He ain't lying. Wish I would have wore it. I would have got him signed it.
Some real throwbacks. Some real throwbacks. You know, we're talking Falcons football every Wednesday, every Sunday. Chase should be on the way down from the windmill. You know, when it's on the top of the windmill. You know when the windmill's spinning like this? He gets to the top of it. That's when he loses reception. So, got away from him to get down closer to the ground.
You ever seen Martin? You watch Martin at the end of Martin, I think, one of them episodes. It might not be Martin, it might be Living Single. And there's the windmill spinning, and the little chick off of it like, ah! That's Chase.
Gosh. One time for the fan, we had a good time in New Orleans, and I recommend for all Falcon fans who did not go down to New Orleans this year, next year, bring your ass, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm telling y'all, we had a great time.
I need everybody in this chat right now.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all got to be down there, everybody. Oh, yeah.
When the schedule drops in May, I need everybody who's watching this podcast, because we're probably going to do a schedule release show. Guarantee we're probably going to do a schedule release show. I'm going to call it right now. But we're going to be getting ready to book and go down there soon as the schedule drops. So we had a great time in New Orleans. The game, another thing to talk about, we did the other night on our pop-up show Monday because we were coming back Sunday from New Orleans. But very disappointed the Falcons lost and New Orleans got swept now. Still a little bit of hope here, Falcons fans. Still a little bit of hope. We'll talk about it here tonight on One Time for the Fan. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Please hit that subscribe button. Oh, yeah. We just hit 250 subscribers. Like, we've been talking about that.
Yeah, man.
For the past couple days, we was asking if we can hit 250 subscribers before the new year. And I think we was at, 225 when we first announced it. Yep. We kept announcing over the shows. It got to 230, 231, 232. Then we came back from New Orleans, and a couple of days later, look at this now. We just hit 250. So thank you for everybody who's been supporting it. Man. Thank you for everybody who's been telling other Falcon fans about One Time for the Fan. We're just here uplifting the fan base. If most of y'all have been here for a long time, no, we ain't bashing the team. We ain't being disrespectful to the players. We crack some jokes here and there, but we ain't disrespecting nobody. You know what I'm saying? But we keep it real. Plus, we go to the games, home and away, so, yeah. I'm not a couch potato, as they say, But shout out to the fans who can't make it to the game. Shout out to the fans who, watch the game wherever you are. It's all respect to all the Falcon fans out there. For me, I'm a super diehard. Bodie's a diehard too as well. From training camp to draft to preseason, anything we covered here on One Time for the Fans. So shout out to everybody who's been supporting the channel. 250 subscribers is big because we hit it with a couple of days left before the new year. So thank y'all.
Appreciate that, man. Absolutely.
Going to the chat because we love talking with the Falcons fans. The Ravens thought we was punks. We ain't never scared. Yeet. Gotta get some.
Oh man, he went to the 2000s with that one.
Sheesh. You already know we lit. Shout out to Deshaun in the chat. One Time for the Fan, we're talking with the Falcon fan. Rashad said, been a fan of the show for a good while now. First time commenting. What's going on, fellas? Rashad,
how you doing, brother?
Going on, brother?
Appreciate that.
Co-owner of the Extra Point podcast. So shout out to whatever you do over there at the Extra Point podcast, sir. Continue doing what you do. Continue bringing that great content because if somebody's viewing, that means somebody is interested in it. And that's what you want to do.
Definitely going to check you out, brother.
Definitely, sir. Uplift your fan base. Uplift everything you have over there, sir. So shout out to you. Inspire change to you, sir.
Yeah.
Dexter. Sheesh. You're rocking out with Dexter. You already know what it is. Jeremiah's up here. He said, what's up, man? You already know. Kiara a shot next time she comes to the stadium. So let me check my account.
Pretty empty.
We're good.
It ain't happening, Lyric. Mom, it's not happening.
Congrats to the 250.
You got to go dig out the bank.
I told her, I said the first shot. Well, I ain't told her yet, but the first shot's at the tailgate. Last shot's at the 2-minute warning. The fourth quarter. Good luck, Bodie. You partied with us at the home games too as well. You know how we get down to them home games, man. You see what happens on the road. You're gonna get a little wasted.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's fun. It's been
fun. If y'all should have heard Bodie, we got a special guest coming in here. If y'all should have heard Bodie at the Saints game down in New Orleans, I swear I looked over, man. It was like a proud papa. I was looking over there, I said,
he did. He gave him that.
Get out there, Falcons. I was just going ham.
I know y'all seen that
man.
That
I was talking trash to my own group of Saints fans. Think about it was 8 of us. And then we had some more Falcon fans around us. So I was talking trash to a group of Saints fans over here. Bodie's talking trash to another group of Saints fans over here. But it's just all in fun, man. The Falcons did end up losing the game, but we walked out of there with people, saying, go eat here. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Come on back next year. Let's take a picture. Here's a high five. So it was cool to see that, you know.
Yeah, a lot of throw that jersey in the trash too.
Sheesh. Did wipe my feet on that Saints banner they gave us as we walked into the stadium.
Yeah, they
The free
did.
one.
It's like, yeah. He
Wipe
was
the
happy
hell
to
out
give
my
us one.
feet.
Here you go. Yeah, I definitely had some
stomping the hell out my feet.
Extra toilet paper.
Got a special guest in here. Made it down from the windmill. Chase
Hey.
is up in here. What's good, Chase?
What's good, fellas? Chilling, man.
How's everything, man?
Going good, brother. Alive, healthy, and living. We doing all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a lot to talk about tonight here on One
Boy,
Time for
you
the
healthy, boy. You was running up and down that damn windmill. That's a lot of stamina.
Gotta keep it turning.
A lot of stamina.
Ravage is up in here. What's good, Ravage? Ravage back from New Orleans.
Oh, yeah,
Dan Burst is back from New Orleans. At One Time for the Fan. Let's go.
You sure he back?
He said, "What's up, Jack and Safari Bodie?"
Yeah.
Not Jurassic Park Bodie.
Oh, hey. You know, Dan.
I think I seen a dinosaur, Bodie.
Nah, Dan is texting from that Razoo stage right now.
Sheesh. Not texting from the stage at Razoo's. Dan, you still in New Orleans? Harold Poole said, riddle me this, riddle me that. I believe we done found our quarterback. We're going to talk about that tonight. Is Ritter our guy? Because there's a lot of news going on around here with the Falcons nation of who could be the quarterback next year. We're going to talk that. Oh, Trey Young did what? We're going to talk about that shortly. I'm a super sports fan. I got the Hawks news over here. I'm like, Trey Young did what? Okay, just making sure. Joseph Avery said, hello, fellas, everybody. Saying fire the coach, fire the GM. They say really didn't play well. I beg to differ. He was a little nervous when we first came in the game, but he settled down and played well. The D is better. Oh, yeah, you know what the situation is here, man. A lot of Falcon fans are really upset with Ritter's performance. They're upset with some of the play calling. They're also upset you lost to the Saints twice. If that doesn't get you more upset than anything, you know. I understand. But we're going to talk about that tonight because we have something to discuss. Falcon fans, we have something to discuss. And y'all are going to have to bring y'all comments and y'all thoughts. I need y'all information. I need y'all feedback on this because when y'all hear it, it's going to light up the chat. Hey, y'all, as always, let's go Falcons. Lisa Show.
What's good, Lisa?
Back from New Orleans, too, as well.
I'm glad everybody made it back safe.
Joseph Avery, last comment before we get to it. We still got a chance. Might be slim, but it's a chance nonetheless. When the draft comes, I think we should go heavy on defense, especially up front with Grady. Everybody on defense is improving. Go Dirty Birds. Joseph Avery, I must say, since the beginning of the season, you've been speaking about defense. Bodie, you can be the one to agree with that. Joseph Avery has been speaking about the defense from preseason of who would be on the front, who's going to be on the front line, who's the linebackers, who's the secondary. Joseph Avery, I hope the Falcons do go defense in the draft. I hope they do.
Ain't even no hope.
Got to.
I know they're going defense in the draft.
Okay.
It's going to be a defensive heavy draft if I ever seen one.
So this is not a Falcons gonna Falcon moment. They should go defense in the draft.
Hell.
We're agreeing on this in 2022.
You got to go.
Last year was different. We was all over the place. I had Thibodeau, the draft show. I think, Bodie, you was calling a different name or so. But then you mentioned Drake London the day of the draft.
I mentioned London. I think I was talking to safety. I was talking Thibodeau until he got picked. And I was talking wide receiver after that. It was just a matter of which receiver.
It's a lot going on here with the Atlanta Falcons. We do want to say quickly, congratulations to Chris Lindstrom. Chris Lindstrom has been selected to the Pro Bowl. The news just came out about 10 minutes ago. So Chris Lindstrom will probably be your starting guard in the Pro Bowl, flag football Pro Bowl, I guess it is now. But who knows what it is?
Flag football. I hope they do those skill challenges like they did in the early 2000s.
They can do rock. They can do rock climbing in the rain, as long as they're wearing the Falcons uniform. Doesn't make a difference. I'm perfectly fine with it.
You can tell them how to rock climb.
Sheesh.
Oh, I forgot. Ain't no rocks out there. It's just about your hay.
Gosh.
Pick that mop head up before you left work.
Hey. Oh.
And we had that Cajun seasoning down there in New Orleans. You can remember that.
Man. Listen, if it ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoning.
One time for the fan. Hit that like button. Hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We just hit 250, Chase. We just talked about that too as well. So we lit tonight. We lit. Actually, I did have a little bit of Hennessy about 2 hours ago. So yeah, the Hennessy has settled. So now we're talking Falcons football.
Take a shot for 250.
Do it. Let's do it. Take a shot for 250. I'm good. I took my Hennessy already. We're good. Chase, you got any
We got some Tito's in the freezer, man.
Casamigos or?
Let me go get my Tito's, man.
I'll
take a shot.
Oh gosh.
Taste of Kool-Aid.
Shout out to Tito, shameless plug. If you guys, need somebody to throw you guys, a pitch out there, one time for the fan, let us know.
Cheers.
Because we'll do it. Cheers with the Tito's. I'll just get straight to it. Before you do, never mind. Now that you have taken the shot. Falcons depth chart and injury report. Fans were scared when they heard that CP sat out. Like, what is going on here? Why is CP not practicing? Give us some updates, Chase, quickly on just some Falcons moves going on as they practice and prepare for the Baltimore Ravens on Saturday.
Yeah, man. So we'll jump right into the CP talk. Top of my list, we got Patterson at a rest day today. Had a rest day the last 3 weeks. This rest isn't injury related. It's just due to him being 100% healthy come week 16. It's a very important game, as we all know. Huntley is out he's out and he's on IR with a torn Achilles. So tough luck for Huntley. Hopefully he can bounce back. Chuma Adoga was actually back active today in practice, but he was limited, which is good to hear. We need depth in that position already as it is. Tight end John Fitzpatrick and Matt Hennessy were both practicing today while being on the IR. Something you could possibly see Fitzpatrick get his first NFL debut. As far as the roster, it's about the same. You got Desmond Ridder starting quarterback, receiver, Drake London, your second receiver, Zacchaeus. Still got Pruitt starting at tight end. Change to the depth chart, you got Troy Anderson starting middle linebacker over Michael Walker. So that's a big change there.
That's a big change, son. We got to talk about coming up in the next couple of weeks on here on One Time for the Fan, because Troy Anderson now, this is big when it comes to your middle linebacker. But yeah, go ahead, Jake.
As far as your safeties, you're still running with, or your cornerbacks, you're still running with Hall and Terrell. You got some rotation there with Armstrong. And, as far as that's about all you got is Falcon update on injury and depth chart.
Bodie?
Yes, sir.
Troy Anderson. We're gonna talk about this in the offseason, but we're gonna speak about this a little bit right now. Michael Walker, I don't know what the situation is right now, but with 3 games left to go, it looks like Troy Anderson might be.
You want me to tell you what the situation is?
Your starting linebacker. You're gonna get to it. Yeah. Like Troy Anderson is gonna be your starting linebacker to finish out the year. Something I think fans wasn't expecting because when he was selected, we did the draft podcast that night. A lot of fans were surprised when Troy Anderson was selected. We did our rookie report here with the R&R Catcast about Troy Anderson. Intelligent menace was the 2 words that they used to describe Troy Anderson. Said that they would build a statue at Montana State for Troy Anderson. I remember this. Me and Ryan have been chatting it up too as well. It's good to have them. Hopefully we can get them back on the podcast later on. But now, with 3 games left, Troy Anderson is now your starting middle linebacker, which means possibly going into next year, he's going to be your starting middle linebacker. You're going to need to pair somebody beside him. Rashawn Evans looked like he'll probably be back too as well. Mm-hmm. I do see them drafting a middle linebacker in the draft. Somebody that fans can get explosive about. But Bodie, what is going on here with the Michael Walker situation? Troy Anderson now stepping up to take this starting role.
Well, I mean, Michael Walker, he showed his flashes. He showed his flashes of what made him our draft pick so many years ago. But Michael Walker been out here getting his ankles broke. Michael Walker been out here getting, he been out here doing a Cupid shuffle. I don't know what, but he's just been slacking. Okay, as great an athlete as he is, I ain't not downing him as a Falcon and as a person, but the production, it means everything, and there is a reason why they want to look at Troy more. And same reason they want to look at Ridder more. We gotta get a good look at Troy at least his next 4 games, just like Ridder, and see what he got, see what he can bring to the table. We've seen flashes all year. My guy is an intelligent menace. Like he really is. Like he causes havoc, but he did show his rookie side during the game. There's a couple of plays he looked like a deer in headlights,
which a rookie should.
Which but he's learning as Ridder, and as any other rookie out there. But my guy My guy has promise. We picked him early in the draft. You got to play that. You got to. You can't have him riding the bench all year for. I mean, let's just be real and let's be totally frank. We know what Michael Walker is. If Michael Walker was going to be the next Patrick Peterson, he would have been that by now.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, not Patrick Peterson, Patrick Willis. Excuse me. But yeah, so we got to see what we got. That's why we a team full of youngsters, and everybody got to get their go. I think we're gonna see more D Alford. We're gonna see more of a lot of our youngsters. Like, it's just gonna be that's what it's gonna be right now. Even in the wake of us trying to make this playoff push, we're gonna see these youngsters.
One time for the fan, got a special guest here. Guess he just got off work.
Oh shit!
Hey,
There's that boy.
You're
muted, brother.
You dropped the runner off before you got back?
I still got work clothes. I ain't gonna cap.
Sheesh. We can't promote the company here on One Time for the Fan until we get sponsors. You might want to zip it up there in the middle. One Time for the Fan. Boom Man Shaw is here, back from New Orleans with us. Boom Man, you had a good time in New Orleans. Good to see you back.
That shot didn't lag booty up.
What happened?
That shit just lagged out for a minute.
He'll be back.
I just got a text here. Apparently, Boost Mobile said 8:30 was the limit.
Oh, shit.
Jeez.
One Time for the Fan. You're hearing the news about Troy Anderson now taking over the starting position here at middle linebacker. And Falcon fans, you start to wonder going forward, well, where does that put Michael Walker? Where does that put Rashaan Evans? Where does that put anybody else who's coming in after Troy Anderson or coming in after Michael Walker or coming in after Rashaan Evans? They're going to have to draft a linebacker next year. Yeah. Deion Jones situation, he's gone. Devondre Campbell, he's gone. Outside of that, who else? Troy Anderson, he's just starting now. Rashaan Evans came over on the one. Kowalski, I don't think he's going to be there. I think Kowalski's gone too as well. So you're going to have to draft a guy who fans are going to be excited about. That could be your second round pick. Something that we're going to talk about here on One Time for the Fan as it gets closer to draft season. But I'm doing my little mock drafts right now, and I'm looking at little small things, seeing the Michael Walker news, and I'm like, okay, if Troy's going to be your starter next year, and you're probably going to bring Rashaan back, you're going to need somebody to come in.
Yeah. I think, like you said, Rashaan will be back. Rashaan will be back. He's such a he's a solid tackler, but a lot of that stuff. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's wonderful. He can't, he's not the best in coverage, but I mean, I will say that, a lot of stuff gets past our D line too. So he has a lot of chances to get tackles. Okay.
I don't see a linebacker in the first round.
No,
I see a pass rusher, but I don't see a linebacker. More second and third round, but this linebacker is going to be somebody who's a name that can come over here and highlight this fan base. But Chase, go ahead.
I was just saying with the Troy Anderson talk, but we talked about it earlier in the year about how this guy's everywhere the ball is. There is plays like this past Sunday that he was beaten in the air game, but there's a lot of those plays that you go back and can watch on highlights. Troy Anderson's a step behind. And it's really good to say because I believe you drafted Troy in the fourth round, fourth or fifth, one of the two. So for you to be able to start a fourth or fifth rounder that you've already drafted, it says a lot. It just shows what the coach sees in him, what the player is in itself. He's a sideline to sideline linebacker that you're gonna have to run dirty with to get past. And I like that style of play, especially in Atlanta.
Oh, you talking about Troy? Troy was a second round pick.
Was Troy second round? That's right, after Ebiketie.
Sheesh. Falcons loading up on draft picks this year, so I can definitely see a move made to where you're going to highlight your defense in the draft. And you're going to do it probably with the first two out of, I say right now, 3 out of the first 4 picks are going to be defense.
Absolutely.
3 out of the first 4 picks will be defense. I can see that right now. Chase, Bodie. Let's get our special guest in here. I guess he so did you make the payment?
My phone kept hit phones.
we're going here now.
I was just listening to what y'all was saying, and I want to say, I think pass rush is needed in the draft. But I don't think our linebacker core is solid enough for you to say you'll skip the best available linebacker. We had this conversation during the draft last year. You know who we could have gotten, and I think we don't. I think we lack middle linebacker. I love Troy Anderson, but he's more of an outside linebacker. He's not a play reader. He's a wild card guy. You want him on the field, definitely. You want to be the one that call your plays, get 100-some tackles. I didn't think we'll feel the effect of a Loquan getting traded or leaving. Not traded, but leaving. But that was at least 110 tackles, 2 interceptions, and he was a peanut punch guy. So I think linebacker is something that we trying to shy away from. But as much as we need pass rush, we need linebacker right now. That's the truth.
I mean, just so what you're saying, if you look at these past games, every game we've had, a tight ends broke out against us.
Every tight end that we played this year has gotten off on us, that's the Debo effect. If you ask me, you want Troy Anderson to be that because he has the speed, he has the size. Sometimes I say, okay, Troy Anderson's doing good. Then other times I'm looking at Troy Anderson, I'm like, what are we going over at practice? Because we can't guard the tight end at all. We're not even guarding with the slot corner. So tight ends get off. It's been one of our biggest problems this year. Juwan Johnson is, a prime example. We just watched that. So
the Cincinnati game, the Seattle game,
right?
We had tight ends that just took advantage in the Rams game too as well.
Exactly. We get murdered by. We got murdered in Tampa Bay by tight ends. Brady, who that guy was. So
you see, Falcons fans, how this talk of draft just came up, all because of Troy Anderson. Now, one of your draft picks is taking over the starter position, which means so far it's panned out. It's something that you want to see. Like Bodie said earlier in this year on the podcast, at one point in the season, these rookies got to eat. Somebody's going to get their go. And right now, Troy Anderson's getting his go. And this is good to see. So if the scouting department is doing what they need to do next season, there's going to be a couple more gems they're going to pick up too. Kyle Pitts is a gem. Drake London is a gem. Troy Anderson now is a gem. Richie Grant, I want to put him in that gem role too. AJ Terrell, that's a gem. You're hitting on these draft picks. And you're loading up on draft picks next year. Something to look at as we get closer to the draft. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But hearing Troy Anderson take the starting role, I'm excited to see what Terry and the rest of the team can do going forward next year in the draft. Highest graded offensive lineman in the league right now. Well, let's go highest graded run blockers, as they say. Trent Williams, 94.1. Tie for first. Well, no, this was last week's report. This week's report, Trent Williams, 94.1. Chris Lindstrom, number 2, 92.1. Number 3, Caleb McGarry, 90.0. Here's the thing about Caleb McGarry. Chris Lindstrom, congratulations to him. He's going to the Pro Bowl. Chris Lindstrom will be a Falcon for life. We know that. Bodie talked about this earlier in the podcast this year. The contract year for a lot of these players. Some players are going to play their heart out. Talked about McGarry too as well as performance in the past couple of years where fans wasn't that excited. You get to this contract near y'all. I'm sorry, what the hell? You get to this contract year now. Here's the Hennessy mixed with the Coke. You get to this contract year now. 250 subscribers. We lit. What can I say? Hey, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the fans. Wait till we get 1,000 subscribers. Chase gonna bring the lawnmower out.
Shit.
Look.
Shit.
Shit. You're looking at McGarry, right? Contract year. Bodie, you talked about this. Fill us in on what's going on here. Because if McGarry is about to get paid, he's probably going to be the first person you pay after the Super Bowl. Because he's lived up contract year-wise to secure his position. Yeah. If you want to run back with that offensive line that has Chris Lindstrom, that has Jake Matthews, your right tackle, baby. Okay. Caleb McGarry. I hope they go after. I mean, to see Elijah Wilkinson come back and then him go back right into the starting lineup again shows me that you want Wilkinson back next season. The Dahlman situation is something to look at. That center position, free agency. I think they attack a center. I think you don't draft the center because you can still have Dahlman or Hennessy there, but you go get a true center. Even Hennessy will understand his position. Like, oh, you want to play some guard this year? Okay, cool. F it. But I think you can look at the center position in free agency. You can nail a strong one. You can nail a decent one. I don't know too many names out there right now because I haven't been paying attention. But I think looking forward, the offensive line, Lindstrom is good. Matthews was good. I want to see Wilkinson get paid. The center position, you're probably going to hit free agency. And then McGarry.
Yeah.
Bodie, you're hearing the numbers, offensive lineman this year with the ratings. McGarry now is one of the top offensive linemen right now in the league. What's your thoughts on next season? He's going to get the bag. He's going to get the bag here. He's going to get the bag somewhere. He's still young. You drafted him. You traded up to draft him. He was there with Lindstrom. The connection seems to be working now in year, 4 now? Year 3?
4.
What do we do, Bodie, with the Caleb McGarry situation? If he's going to be the first ones to probably get paid, if you look for your tackle still being there. But what's your thoughts on this?
You bring him back. I mean, he's played great this year. He's one of the top offensive linemen in the league, not even just run blocking. He's one of the best in the league. You bring him back, but you put provisions in his contract that say you go back to year 1, 2, and 3. We can cut your ass. You know, some kind of provision in the contract saying, okay, if you fall off, then we can cut bait and not get dead cap. That's what you do with that, because you don't play 3 years subpar below average and then come in your contract year and they decline your 5th year option. You come in here and you just ball the fuck out and you be like, oh, that's him. Yeah. We knew we had it. We knew he had it.
Because the big thing about it, Bodie, they brought in Fetty to challenge him in the preseason, in the offseason too as well. Chase, Boo Man, when Fetty was brought in, you didn't hear this years ago about the competition heating up on the offensive line and McGarry's job is in question. This year you heard it. Quickly beat out Fetty.
Yeah.
To now where you see it now, you're like, that's how smart them coaches are. Because if the coach would have seen and said, nah, Fetty's playing way better than McGarry, put a Fetty in, we would have missed all this from McGarry this year.
Yeah.
If that was a Fetty in there playing. I'm glad the coach has seen it and said, no, McGarry's ready. He's ready.
Easy. You see
He's ready to go.
They wanted him to be the guy to begin with. And you see they were against Mayfield being the guy to begin with. And he probably got a chance, but he probably had a short leash.
Mayfield's on the list. He's on my list here. I think he's out of here this year too as well. Didn't pan out for Mayfield. He's out of here. Boo Man?
Well, you know, when it came to McGarry, the only change that happened between year 1 and now is run the damn ball. He came from Michigan, right?
He came from Washington.
It was like, it's a small school. I'll look it up.
Elite at run blocking. He was never elite at. We're seeing the same situation with the Colts. We thought they had the best line ever. They had the best run line. Because when it's time to pass block, somebody
it was ass
a million times. You know, so and then this is the new NFL. You just can't sit back there anymore. You know, and pick defenses apart. Everybody's fast. Everybody's young. You know, so what do you have to complement that? You have to run. So now you're saying that we have 2 of the best offensive linemen in the league when you run the ball more.
Panned out with all 5, you have a top 10 offensive line in the league.
Exactly. But what we're doing this year more than we've done in a long, we haven't been running the ball. Damn, Mike Turner.
Yeah.
We wasn't even running
Freeman's Super Bowl year, I think it was, or the year before the Super Bowl.
Even with Freeman, he wasn't a 20 carry a game guy.
Didn't want to be. Couldn't. You get knocked up quick and then go to the sideline. So you look up on the screen like Freeman doubtful to come back. Freeman's doubtful?
Right. So that's but that's the thing. Like really what it is.
Good running back though for the Falcons. I ain't hating on him yet.
Yeah. I mean,
him and Coleman together were great.
Right, for the Falcons. But you're finding an identity. For years, you had no identity, but Matt Ryan threw the ball 4,500 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you had Julio Jones catch the ball. He can catch a slant and get it 90 yards. And then you had complementary pieces. So now what you're turning into, what you've turned into, is a run-first team. I told this to Bobo when Ritter started. I said, I said the running game's not going to change because it was never about the quarterback. You can run the ball all game and still get 100. They can't stop that.
Mm-hmm.
And look what we saw. Algie get what?
Still eating $137, I think.
130.
What 200 some yards?
Total on the ground, yeah. Team.
And that's that's what you're averaging. What you're trying to find an identity at. That's what you said. Jalen
getting the ball downfield now.
Right. Jalen Mayfield's not making it because we're getting pressure up the middle. It's not the sides. The ends are not getting us. We do bad against good tackles.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from with the whole McGarry's gonna get paid. You gotta pay him. You know, you're just not gonna let him walk. Lindstrom's gonna get paid. Everything else is up for grabs because you got Matthews. Everything's else up for grabs because still from the guard position, you have got nothing this year.
That's good as a Falcon fan to feel. Chase, we're going to get you in here quick about McGarry, but that's good as a Falcon fan to know if they do pay McGarry, you got Matthews. That lets you know Matthews is going to be a Falcon for life. Mm-hmm. Lindstrom's going to be a Falcon for life. You're going to pay him. You're going to pay Lindstrom.
Yeah, definitely.
McGarry, too, who came in, he's like the silent one. Like, yeah, you know, Lindstrom, he's all the hype. You know what I'm saying? He big time. Everybody came to the bins for him. And look at me now, contract here. I'm getting paid. Mm-hmm. So that'd be cool to see McGarry get paid. You keep that offensive line together, and then here comes Wilkinson now. He adds into the mix, and let's just say he gets the bag. And shout out to the Wilkinson family too, because I know them. So I'd love to see Elijah get paid because he's definitely been an improvement to our offensive line. You can see it this year. He came over from Chicago to look for his contract situation. Yeah, he's going over on a 1-year deal, but he came in here to fight for a starting job. And hell, throughout the preseason and in the offseason, we saw it. He won the starting job. Coach talked about the 2 or 3 positions that was up for grabs. He won one of them. So I'd love to see Wilkinson come back. You know, if he's definitely going to be healthy. When he just came off the injury. Chase, we talked to him the other day when he came by. But shout out to Elijah. I'd love to see him get the bag. But Chase, does McGarry get paid quickly?
Yeah, I think McGarry gets paid. And it's just like you brought up, you drafted him. You want him to be with his team. And like Boo Man said, you're finding what you want to do. And that's his pro. That's a solid of what he plays. So yeah, I think McGarry definitely gets the bag. And I don't think it's a very long contract, maybe a 2-year deal, but I think he gets paid.
We're going to get to some more segments here in just a couple seconds. But before we do, we got Bodie's Breakdown. If y'all don't know what Bodie's Breakdown is, now's your chance to get a little piece of it here. Bodie's Breakdowns every Wednesday. We've had some off Wednesdays with some special guests, some things going on, traveling and all this stuff back and forth. But we're back with some Bodie's Breakdown. He gonna break down something because hell, this has been a long season, Bodie. So Bodie, please just give us some information on what you got tonight for Bodie's Breakdown. In the past, you've talked about Lorenzo Carter and Dean Pease. Give us some scouting reports on Falcons' upcoming games. It's just been amazing to hear what you had to say. We call you the professor here on One Time for the Fan. But it's just been amazing to hear what you have to say here. So please fill us in on Bodie's Breakdown tonight. Falcon fans, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We just hit 250 subscribers, so appreciate all the love and support from everybody, all the Falcons fans, all the Rise Up Tour fans. Shout out to y'all too as well. If y'all hear from the Rise Up Tour, hit that hashtag Rise Up Tour in the chat. Hashtag OTFTF, One Time for the Fan. You know we rocking out tonight. 250 subscribers show, so we lit. Chase will be back with us shortly. Bodie's Breakdown before we get to Falcons, Ravens, and another quick segment we got to talk about. Bodie, what you got for
man. It's like this. It's a quarter on rant. It's a little rant I got tonight. Okay. Chase, welcome back from the windmill. It's a little rant. Basically, it's titled Media Influence on the Fan.
Okay. Working in the garden this morning.
Yeah. He waited.
Hey,
He waited for the silent part right there. As soon as he got silent, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw this in there." Shout out to KJ.
he been writing that all day. All right. So basically, media influence on the fan. Okay. I think personally, we tend to just take everything that ESPN and Sports Illustrated, everything they say is gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like everything they say is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Even our own Falcons fans, we listen to what all the top media sources say, even though they don't dig deep in the surface. I'm gonna say that one more time. I don't think y'all caught that. I said, even our own Falcon fans listen to what all the top media sources say, even though they don't dig deep in the surface.
That's true.
All right. They tend to be blinded by just the box scores and the results from the games, and that say that we were terrible. Truly, on the surface, they don't ever do a deep dive into the meat and potatoes of the team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For instance, like everyone expected a microwave instant success with Ritter. They thought he was gonna come out and just light it up, go for 1,000,000 yards and 85 touchdowns, and just be that guy. Like, oh, now we got to pass the game on top of a run game. Not really realizing the guy is a rookie, ain't thrown a pass yet.
Mm-hmm.
Going into a hostile ass takeover defense, like in the Saints in New Orleans. I mean, they got a decent defense. As much as I hate them, they got a decent defense. Okay. They just thought that was going to be a success for him. I read an article, probably someone looking for a story, basically saying that the Falcons are looking at Lamar Jackson, but we're gonna get into that. They're just thinking about the moment. The article proceeded to say, and I quote, Ritter failed to reach the 100-yard threshold and did not possess the tools of a future franchise quarterback in his NFL debut Sunday, end quote. And all us fans, we can't take that as the be-all, end-all, okay? Us true fans know that he did not start off. He started off nervous. We know he started off nervous, but showed promising traits and got more comfortable as the game progressed. Even going back to the beginning of the year, seeing what the media had our records at before the season even started. Okay. Associated Press said, I believe we're going to win 2 games. Go 2-15.
Yep.
ESPN or Vegas, it was Vegas who said that we're going to go 4-13. And I personally know fans who took that to heart and was going around just disgruntled, like before the season even started, saying, "Oh, we ass. I'm not going to the games. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not."
Because the media already sold you out before the kickoff
even started
for week one.
For week one, you already cashed out. For week one, you didn't even want to go buy your tickets.
I'm going to tell you right now, you are dead correct. I know a lot of Falcon fans. Not going to say their names because they're still Falcon fans, and I respect who they are outside of just being Falcons fans.
Yeah.
But I heard from them face to face. I ain't going to no games. We ain't finna win none. We ain't getting no 3 wins. We ain't even getting 2 wins. Just pack it up. And I'm like, what day the Falcons play the Saints? At the Benz? Bodie.
We could go 0-17 in this bitch, and I would still be here, just wearing my Falcons gear, talking about how we gonna get better, what we need to do to get better, the good shit we did see in the games, and all of that. That's the thing. I ain't saying that the Falcons fans that are down in thinking, listening to the media, I ain't saying they're not real Falcon fans, but I'm just saying, just ease up. You gotta really dig deep. It's deeper than the surface. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get in the meat. You gotta get in the operation room. You gotta see it. You gotta open that baby up. You know what I'm saying? And see, because we got some good stuff on this team.
That's true.
We got promise. So I've been saying it all year. This is a young ass team full of hungry guys. It's just dudes just wanting to roll now. And we let it go towards the end of the year, all these damn losses, damn bum ass teams. But
wasn't blowout losses though.
Yeah, they were all close, except that one game. And then we beat the shit out of the 49ers. But all I'm saying is, as I wrap this up, we can't let the damn media manipulate our minds on the state of our team. You know what I'm saying? Gotta read between the lines. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Oh yeah, P.S. Fuck the Saints for trying to bounty gate our damn defensive coordinator. Don't call him bro.
Sheesh. Glad to hear that Dean Pease is doing well. Bodie, another Bodie's breakdown, a rant tonight. Falcons, Chase, Falcon fans, Boo Man, you know about this, man. There were a lot of Falcon fans before the season started that listened to the Associated Press, said 2 wins, that's it. Hey, yeah, can I return my season tickets till next year?
They were real shit.
It was really the most disrespectful.
Chase.
2-15 is like super disrespectful.
Hearing the talk about that, hearing what Bodie had to say, Chase, just your thoughts on the Falcon fans who gave it all up before week 1 of the season starting. Listening to the media about the team won't be nothing. The running game won't be nothing. Pass rush won't be nothing. On paper, you guys are not that good. Pack it all up right now. How does that make you feel as a Falcon fan before the season even starts? You have people just cashing it in.
To those Falcon fans, I'd say I don't know where your love for the team's at because I guess mine's just a little bit deeper because I'm repping regardless. I just feel like, I put so much into repping this team. I'm definitely not just going to downgrade on the team just because of what paper says. This team's very young. We're in a rebuild. We all know we're in a rebuild. To even get 5 wins during a rebuild season is a plus for me. Really, to me, if you get above the draft spots you've been in the past 2 years, each year you're upgrading. So I just try to look at the positives and keep on rolling with it. There's a lot of good that we've seen this season, a lot of good talent out of our rookies. They've all seen the play this year, so I'm just looking at the positives, man.
Falcon fans, one time for the fan. We're talking Falcons football every Wednesday, every Sunday at 8 p.m. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button. Tag a Falcons fan. Bring some more Falcon fans in here, we can talk Falcons football. Bodie's breakdown was lit, like always. 250 subscribers. Hit it today. Shout out to everybody who was a part of that. Thank y'all for all the support.
Big shout out.
We're going to continue bringing great content to you all every Wednesday, every Sunday, any other day we can for a pop-up show. We're glad that you can be here with us. Joseph Avery said first 2 picks should be the D-line, then middle linebacker, then the secondary needs a little bit of help. AJ is solid and the safeties are good. What about the other corner and the slot DB? Go Grits Blitz. Joseph Avery, are you in the stands, like at the combine with the binoculars? Is that you up there in the 300 section looking down on the field saying, that's the player right there the Falcons going to get? Because I think you might be on to something.
The cornerback section is a really good part you need to look at. It. You just look at week 1 when you play the Saints. You had Casey Hayward. It was a lot different game. You go on this week, and they torched us in the deep ball. A deep ball was a big threat Sunday, and it's something we got to fix. It's got to be attended to.
I disagree with Avery. I don't think our safeties are that good.
Safeties are pretty rough too.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
That's just all year.
I'm a fan of Richie. I haven't. I spent too much time with Hawkins, pretty much not knowing him, but I'm saying like seeing him out there on the field mostly this season. I spent a lot of time watching Richie, and I do think Richie has granted himself, a position here at safety here with the Falcons because he's going to grow into that position. He's still very young. Hawkins too as well, but if both of them is not above average, somebody has to.
That's the thing.
Somebody has to go. You can't have both y'all out here messing up on 2nd down or 3rd down. Somebody got to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Play caller. Are you saying Richie Grant or Hawkins are?
I'll take Richie.
Yeah, I was talking to a fan, and that was the conversation that was brought up. If you keep a safety, what safety would you keep? And they were saying Richie. They were saying Richie as well, and the reason being is they feel like if you could put a pro safety beside Richie, they feel like Richie would flourish into a dominant player.
I love Bodie's breakdown about Jalen Hawkins earlier this year, and to have me prepped ready to see Jalen Hawkins this year. But ever since the breakdown, how many times have we mentioned Jalen Hawkins here on this podcast?
Not much. He had one
Just
save.
now.
He had
Just now.
one good pick this year that won the game.
He's gone.
Very much.
Listen. That's the thing. I know you
would
said
you draft a strong safety right now to get the fans hype? You feel like, whoa, hey, that's the kid out of. You feel what I'm saying? Or hey, that's the guy out of. You know what I'm saying? Would you rather see a more well-known name as strong safety beside Richie?
Most definitely.
Or better young prospect.
Yeah. There you go.
Or yeah, Kyle Hamilton.
If it hasn't panned out for the two, you're gonna get rid of the two and bring in two new safeties. I'm fine with that too as well because the decision that they make, I'm cool with it. But if you're gonna keep one, you're gonna keep Richie.
That's the thing, though. I haven't personally seen traits from those safeties that show that they are, ascending.
Starting material.
Yeah, I would say that Richie started off solid. He started off promising, but he gave up to that damn tight end quarterback, running back dude who threw that ball to that damn Rashid, whatever his name was.
Whoever that guy's
that was
name
terrible. That was
Yeah,
terrible.
that also
You don't do that.
When you talk about safety play, you also have to look at, as we have already mentioned, cornerback play, because that puts a bearing on not only the cornerbacks but the safeties as well, because that's your last line of hope. And if your safety's not keyed in on his player and your cornerback lets somebody go, if you don't got an athletic safety back there, it's gonna be a long game.
Yep. Falcons fans, Bodie's breakdown was on point. He did speak about something that we have to go to next because it's real. And I don't know, like the trusted source. Here it goes. Media. Here it is. There was some. It says, I don't know. It says Atlanta Falcons fans on whatever it is. I don't know. NFL Insider says Lamar Jackson and hashtag Atlanta Falcons suddenly become interesting. It would have to be a team willing to give him the contract he's looking for. A team that has an offense that fits in a big, beautiful stadium. Atlanta suddenly becomes interesting. This has Falcon fans hype. This is going about in all the fucking we're supposed to do it in all the Falcon nation groups or whatever is going on here on social media. So the question is here, Bodie, Chase, Boo Man. I guess Falcon fans are not ready to see Desmond Ridder with the future here at Atlanta. They want to go splashy right now as soon as the Super Bowl is over and go get Lamar. Could you guys see Lamar Jackson as a Falcon in 2023? I have to entertain the question because people are talking about it. And hell, it's creative. I like it. People got their opinions. I said no. Well, hold on. Not no, like, okay, I wouldn't take it back. If the contract is perfect and you're going to cap hell, okay. I'm cool with it. But if it's a Matt Ryan deal and it's looking like, hey man, we're finna bring in Johnny from Canada to come play wide receiver. Like what? Who's playing wide receiver too? He played for the Toronto Argonauts. What? Why? Because we ain't got no money. I don't want those type of deals. But if if they give him the right contract and the shoe fits, I'll wear it. I'm perfectly fine with Lamar being here in Atlanta. But if the contract is a bad move and it's looking like it's outrageous deal, I don't want it. Bodie, Chase, Boo Man. Bodie, to you first, because I know you're happy to talk about Lamar.
All right.
Could you see Lamar Jackson as a Falcon in 2023?
Here's my thing. I'm gonna get to that question, but my thing is the problem with us, the problem with this team. They done put offense first so many years. They don't know how to build a goddamn defense, and I don't know if it's Arthur Blank because we done went through a whole bunch of regimes with offense first. They done put offense first. They ain't never put defense first.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And I'm a defensive guy. That's what I want to see. I want to see you stop the motherfuckers. I'm tired of seeing motherfuckers getting burnt by no-name receivers. I'm tired of everybody's third-string tight end going off on us.
That's true. That is true.
I'm tired. But that's the thing, though. This city is all about the glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
They all about their money. They want the excitement. They want that stadium full. And if Lamar came here, that stadium would sell out. The season tickets would sell out. And would I be okay with it? I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be. I mean, shit. If he want to come here and the money's right, and then he instantly makes us a viable contender, like even with a shitty defense. But that would help so much. It'll be like a domino effect. Guys will want to come here and play with Lamar. They'll do this. They'll take less. They'll do this. Veterans will pop up. It is a domino effect, almost like Watson, when we almost got Watson, and guys wanted to come play with him. So that in itself, it would make this city. It would make everybody excited to watch Falcon football again. And I think that's what's most important in this metro city of Atlanta. It's just the damn glitz and glamour and shit. Instead of them cities like Baltimore and Buffalo and San Fran, who all build their damn defenses first, and they fucking contending every year. But I'd be a damn fool to say I wouldn't. If Lamar said, "Hey," went to Arthur Blank and said, "Hey, sir, I really want to play for this franchise." They sit the hell down and figure some numbers out. I'm sorry, you got to do it. You got to entertain it at least.
Boo Man Chase, jump in on this here real quick. Lamar Jackson, could you see him as a Falcon in 2023? If so, if not, let us know. And then about Desmond Ridder, what does that say for Ridder? You put him in a 4-game situation, then you went ahead and you shop for Lamar Jackson, put Ridder behind him now. Ridder will never probably, if Lamar gets injured, something happens, and you see right now he's injured, so Huntley's playing. But that means you're really just putting Ridder on the back of the bus now. Just your thoughts about that with Lamar Jackson. Are we entertaining the talks of Lamar Jackson in 2023?
I think if we talk about entertaining any kind of player like Lamar, you got to do it. You did it with Watson. You went almost all out for Watson. We don't know as a fan base if that was a smoke screen for the Saints not to get him, or if that was them a legitimate contender wanting Watson to come to Atlanta. Like you mentioned a while ago, you got a player that's already fits in the scheme of your offense. You don't really have to shake up too much. He's elite. Lamar Jackson's elite. He gets fans in the seats. He sells the crowd out, like Bodie said, and that's kind of what we talked about this weekend. It's kind of what Atlanta is for. We all want defense. I've been wanting defense for 5 years now. I don't run the team, so it is what it is. I think if Lamar says he wants to be in Atlanta, I think you entertain the fact. As far as Ridder, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a business. If you want that spot, you got to ball out to get that spot, and it's definitely a competition. Just because you sign Lamar, what if Ridder takes that next step? It's just something to think about.
Boo Man.
That's why Ridder has 3 more games.
Yep.
Sheesh.
He has 3 more games to see what he's made of. It sucks. It's a short window, but it ain't like you drafted Ridder in the first round.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You drafted almost 4 people before him. So if you really wanted a quarterback that bad, or did they see this already coming? So that's where I'm at with it. What you need more than anything right now is solid fan base. You can't get the Falcons fans to support nothing right now. But will they support that? Yeah. Do I support Ridder? Yeah. But he has 3 games to show that he's lights out. And it sucks, but free agency is real. No matter who you are in the NFL, it's a business, and the win now mentality is real in the NFL. So you know what you're gonna get.
And it's just like Bodie said, you're gonna have players that's gonna want to play with Lamar for cheaper contracts. You look back when you was talking to Watson, you had Leonard Fournette, Jarvis Landry, a couple other players that were tweeting, "I want to be in Atlanta if Watson's in Atlanta." So that's something big.
You see me smiling right there for a couple seconds. I will say next year, just fast forward into the future. We're sitting here on this podcast like, all right, guys, we got a home game coming up, playoff game coming up soon. We can sit the damn starters. Lamar's going crazy. 2800, he's going 25 touchdowns, 12 rushing.
I'm reeling your ass in.
That would be so unreal to sit here and say, in a year from now, Lamar Jackson's our quarterback, and we're going to be sitting here talking about it on the podcast. When you look back a year later, and you're like, we had Ridder, Mariota. Who's that guy to back up? Logan Whiteside now, who's in the quarterback room too as well. But Lamar is something that's entertaining. It would put fans in their seats. And as a Falcon fan who wants to see the fan base uplifted, I want to see it. Anything you can put me out there. I'm telling you, I can put me at quarterback. I keep telling y'all. Y'all keep entertaining Lamar. I'll take $1 million.
Every week. No.
I'll take $1 million. No. And
they don't need you.
You saw Ritter's performance? No, he's playing. One time for the fan. Speaking of Lamar Jackson, we have to play the Ravens this Saturday. It's a must-win game. Oh, wait a minute. Every game is a must-win game.
Been saying that shit for 3-4 weeks now.
Sheesh.
And we ain't won. And want to.
Falcons, Ravens, keys to the game before we get up out of here. We don't know if we're doing a show Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. It's the it's the Christmas weekend. A lot of things are going on. I'm still unsure if I'm going to Baltimore or not. The temperature keeps dropping. Got a lot of stuff going on here too as well with the fam. So I'm trying to decide what the situation is if I'm going to go to Baltimore or not. If not, we'd like to do a show Saturday night, but people's going to be busy. We want to do a show Sunday, but people's going to be busy. Monday, people's going to be hungover. So we will let y'all know on One Time for the Fan Facebook page or Twitter when the next show will be. I believe it's definitely going to be next week, Wednesday. We know that. We're going to try to fit a show in between there. Hell, we might just go ahead and call it now. You want to do the show next week, Wednesday? You just go ahead and let it ride right there. I mean, I want to do that, or we can do the pop-up show Monday. Let me know now, because we can put it together. Willie Lovelace is in the chat. You say, rise up.
Rise up.
Rise up, buddy.
You already know what it is. Falcons versus the Ravens. Keys to the game. Boo Man, you're playing a team that's pretty much playoff bound. Still, they're missing a quarterback who could possibly be our quarterback next year. We just talked about that. He's not playing this week. You're playing against Hundley. Desmond Ridder. Is that the moment Ritter's been waiting for? To go beat a team who's probably going to the playoff. There's your moment right here, Ridder. Cold game. Out there in 20-some degrees, 10 degrees, whatever it is.
You got a good stat to back that statement up.
Mm-hmm.
Just as far as the Ravens' defense of their passing defense. Just this year, they've allowed 3,380 yards. It's only like 80 yards less than what we gave up. And as we all know, our passing defense is pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
So that could give Ridder a chance there to shine.
Could give London too as well. We do know the Baltimore offense, with or without Lamar, is still a bit explosive. They've had their troubles in the past this year. Every team loses a game. I believe the Ravens just lost too as well. They lost to the Browns too as well on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
They're coming off a loss. They're going back to the house now. You're looking at it and you're saying, Falcons fans, the Falcons have to win. Playoff scenarios in place. You have to win. Now we can confirm. Either the show is going to be about the Falcons winning this weekend and going on, to another week where we have a chance to keep fighting for the playoffs, or the next week's show is going to be about next season. And I hope it's not about next season. I always want to see this team fight. I always want to see this team win. Yeah. But your backs are against the wall. You're pretty much down to this game that's going to be a tough game. You're playing, 9-5 team out there in Baltimore? It's going to be a tough game. So, Falcon fans, be prepared for this. But Boo Man, Chase, Bodie, what are the keys to the game? What do the Falcons need to do to win this game?
Stop tight end. Stop tight end. It's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be very cold. Stop the run, stop the tight end. Just get creative on offense. That's more my thing. And don't shy away from running the ball when you want to run the ball. I understand the fans want a little bit more from Ridder, but I mean, our run game's working. Don't put him in situations where he loses, and just get creative, man. I just want to see him get creative, get the ball down the field.
Chase?
Just kind of off what Booman said about the run. You got to stop the run. They're ranked number 7 in the NFL at running. So that's a big must. You got to stop the run. You got to stop the tight end. As far as offense, I say you ease Ridder in these deep shots. We opened the gates Sunday with a deep ball. So I kind of told you how the game was going to plan out. But I feel like you need to ease the passing game into this game. Start off with a run game. Start off with a strong run game. Ease the check downs for Ridder. And then maybe working some deep balls. As far as creative, you can do anything. Just don't put Felipe Franks at quarterback.
Sheesh.
That's what I was gonna say. That was the first thing I was gonna say. Get Felipe ass off the field. That's the
Gosh.
first thing that was gonna come out of my mouth.
They got Felipe at wide receiver 2 here on the depth chart.
You got an eraser?
Hold on. How the hell is he wide receiver 2 and free safety 1?
Hey, you got an eraser.
Oh, shit. And he playing right tackle? Frank's the GOAT.
Look, man.
Bodie.
Pressure. Like pressure. Like you gotta get pressure. We don't get pressure. Goddamn Andy Dalton had all day to throw. Goddamn Taysom Hill had all day to throw. I mean, God, it's a nice, comfortable pocket for quarterbacks when they play our defense, and we don't get no damn pressure. We got Huntley out there. He ain't no scrub. He ain't Lamar, but we gotta get pressure. We gotta get pressure. On the ground.
I think
Jesus, I can't tell you. You know how they tell you to get that. It's like he had a C, like a comfortable C around him. The quarterback Dalton did. I hate that shit. Like, God damn it, I need some movement up the middle. I need somebody coming in. I need them pushing them linemen until. I mean, good God, like pressure. I can't sing now. Still pressure.
Something to definitely watch Sunday is or Saturday is to watch Huntley. Huntley he's definitely a running quarterback. He's done it in the past, so you gotta be careful with that.
The ball.
Yeah. The situation with Huntley looks like the way he's playing, the play's gonna break down a lot because he's inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he turns into that running quarterback where he's all over the place, where he's like, okay, you got to get him on the ground. There should be a shit ton of tackle for losses on Saturday. There should be a shit ton of sacks on Saturday. Because if you get Huntley in these 3 and outs, you get Ritter on the field more. You get him an opportunity to work the offense more. But you want the game to come to Ritter. Like you said, run some running plays a little bit more. It's going to be a cold game out there, Bodie. Get the check downs in. Get it something going. Don't just take deep shot, 30-yard pass. It's like, wait a minute, man. It shouldn't be 3-3 in the third quarter. Like, we got to stop this shit. Go out there, let the game come to Ritter. Set the plays up that Ritter needs to move this offense. We've seen it in the Saints game. We've seen some potential. And then the fourth quarter, when we almost won the game, that was going to be Ritter's moment right there. If London would have just continued, went to the ground after that first down, I'm telling you right now, I swear, man, and y'all can agree or disagree, London would have never fumbled that ball, we were going to win that game.
Yeah.
The momentum, the morale, everything shifted to the Falcons offense after we called it in the stands, but he was right there. We were saying 3 and out is about to happen.
Yeah.
And it did, and we got the ball back and we're watching the drive in the 4th and 5. And I said it on the show the other night. London caught the ball and you heard, from the Falcons fans. And then you heard, ooh, from the Saints fans because he fumbled like 2 seconds later. It was just man.
It happened quick.
Oh, yeah. One more thing about what to look for and how to win this game. Stop with that dumbass play calling on offense. I mean, good God. Hey, that was stupid. I ain't no coach, but I ain't Stevie Wonder could have told you not to do that shit that they was doing. That damn pass, that damn reverse toss. Jump, ain't nobody open because they own your ass. They own your neck. They know what you doing. Like they know it. They see how you get that's supposed to be a trick play. How did they sniff out a trick play and they cover everybody? Most trick plays. You can't even trick play right, coach. Just be calm.
Another play that I think the Falcons need to probably look at to stop running. I don't know why most NFL teams do it. I haven't seen too many teams. I mean, I'm sorry about if I might say it wrong. Too many teams executed on this play or not. There's this quick rollout they do where the quarterback says hike, he gets the ball. They all run to the right. And I don't know.
Throw that in the trash.
Okay.
They did the play. Remember that play was the Matt Ryan play against the Eagles with Julio Jones down there in the NFC divisional game where they did the play on like 4th down in the end zone. Everybody ran to the side. He threw it to Julio. Everybody's running to one way. Nobody's fading out, going the other way. Everybody, from the moment he said hike, everybody runs to the right. And I don't know. I guess because I'm not in the war room. That play probably works at practice, but every time I see it in the game, it's like it hasn't worked in like 6 years. Why are we still doing it?
Another play that's very dangerous every time we run it is the play where we bring the receiver in motion and he runs right behind the center right before the snap. We fumbled on that play.
Almost hit it twice on Sunday.
We fumbled on that play once this year already.
The motion happens. We know the motion happens, but it's the quick snap like directly in front of the person running past right there. It's like, oh, bro, that was bad. That was tough right there. That was close. Keys to the game Saturday. Get Huntley on the ground. Get some points on the board. Let the game come to Ritter. Mm-hmm. Don't just start sending Ritter out there on, 11 for 44 passing. Like, come on. Like, let the game slow it down. Keep it on the ground. It's cold. Let's get these players healthy too as well. We want to make sure these guys finish the season well. But as Jeff Wolf said, ATL at 8-9, you sneak your way into the playoffs. You get your home field advantage. You win the division. Sucks that you got to win it at 8-9, but I have that hope that Jeff Wolf has. And Jeff Wolf has been right. He's been right a lot this year. So I want to agree with Jeff Wolf right now, and I'm going to agree with Jeff Wolf right now. He's been right a lot this year, from Deion Jones to Calvin Ridley and some other stuff too. If 8-9 is the move, Jeff Wolf, I'm all for it because I said 9 wins anyway. So
if 6 and 11 is the move. We get in there.
I don't care. Just want to
one
get
time.
in.
One time for the fan.
One time for the playoffs.
One time for the playoffs. And as you heard last night, Bodie, one time for the family. Shout out to all the members from the Rise Up Tour who was down there in New Orleans. We had a great time. Thank everybody who showed up to the meet and greet on Saturday. That's what we do, Falcons fans. We turn up, we show up, and we show out. So we have one more this weekend, the Ravens game. And I believe the Rise Up Tour is setting up a breakfast before the game starts. And then they're setting up a lunch right after the game is over. Because I know a lot of fans are going to be flying into the game in the morning and then flying out after the game. There's a 9 o'clock flight that can get you back in Atlanta here before 11:30. So a lot of fans will be flying to that game too as well. So the Rise Up Tour does have that breakfast and they do have that lunch. So look into the Rise Up Tour group so you can find out information on that. Show went well tonight. 250 subscribers.
50.
Oh my gosh. I thank everybody for being a part of this because it's been a long run. We're getting close to being to the end of the year. Gosh, Bodie. Sheesh.
Hey, man. Every time you say 250, I just take a drink.
Gosh.
250.
Hey, calm down.
Just stay away from the pliers. Remember what happened last time.
Bodie had a show. Look at him now, man. He got them Kawhi Leonards, man.
Gosh. I don't want to combat your joke with a joke, but you're gonna need one of these Yetis, Boo Man, because the Samsung earpiece with the iPhone, it's not really hitting, bro. You might want to. God, sheesh.
Said a Yeti.
He using the PS5 controller for the mic. Sheesh.
That man talking through a cup.
One time for the fan. We got a lot going on next year. Can't wait to tell you all about it. We'll definitely get to it soon. But we talked about a lot here on One Time for the Fan tonight. And, of course, we have another show coming up. Right now, we know next week, Wednesday, but we'll try to get a show in before then because the Falcons play Saturday. But, hell, you never know. The Falcons go out there and beat the Ravens 45-3. Yeah, we might do the show right there and then. Shit. But, we're diehard Falcon fans. We want to see the Falcons win. So shout out to everybody who's been here supporting One Time for the Fan. And shout out to Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast, which you don't know is another podcast out here that's doing some great things in the Falcons community. We'll be joining them tomorrow night on their podcast. Bodie will be there. Chase will be there. We're going to have a great time chopping it up with Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast. I'll post it on the One Time for the Fan page. I'll post it on the Twitter page. They're already sharing it and posting it on Twitter too as well. They're hyped. They got some special guests coming through. They're doing a great job out here in the Falcons community, talking with Falcons fans and talking Falcons football. So that's what we love to do. We're uplifting the fan base together, people. Yeah, so man. Inspire change. One time for the fan. Shout outs before we go ahead and get up out of here. Don't know who will be here on this show or the next show before Christmas. Or anybody got any Christmas shout outs? Go ahead and throw it in there. Boo Man, I think you're this is your last show, right? You got to renew your contract for next season.
Yeah. Shout out to I told you.
You can text us. We'll put it on the screen.
Shout out to Flip, man. He's still in New Orleans. Shout out to Bodie. You catch that tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chase, man. You still owe me $20? But man, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the fans, man. It's been a long road. Everybody who's been, attending the shows and just supporting one time for the fan. I appreciate it. And shout out to Dez. We ain't seen him since the draft night.
Sheesh, and he's still in the chat.
But yeah,
matter of fact, this is funny. He got kicked out the chat. Not kicked out the chat. We removed him from the chat. And then all of a sudden, I woke up one morning and said Des Jones had joined the group. I said, "How the hell Des get in here?" So it happens. He said he saw the window open.
Yeah,
so
shout out to the supporters and the fans, man.
Appreciate that, Boo Man. We know we rock with you all day, every day. Boo Man was down in New Orleans having a good time. Like we said, Boo Man, when the show started, we were trash talking a group of Saints fans over here. Bodie's trash talking over here. Chase is over here in his section. We just going crazy, man, when it comes to these Falcons, man. We love talking Falcons football. Chase, your shout outs for this evening coming up. Anything you want to say, sir? Floor is yours.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all our subscribers, man. We appreciate y'all. We finally hit 250. It's been our goal all year. Appreciate everybody that's been on the show tonight, everybody that's tuned in and watched us tonight. Whoever's going to be with us Wednesday night, we appreciate you.
Yep.
Shout out to the pregnant wife, man, and her emotional swings that she's been having. Shout out to
the baby.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Falcons, man. Shout out to the playoff hope still alive. We're going to get there one game at a time.
Your wife finna come jack you up off that chair. Didn't I tell you I wanted some pickles and peanut butter?
You see chest like this.
He gonna get yanked like with the damn, the little horseshoe, little shit.
Oh, you talking about on the Family Guy? Put the cane over here and start pulling you across the thing like this. Hit the piano, Johnny.
Hello, my baby.
Hello. Go ahead, buddy. What's your shout outs for this show here, son?
Shout out to 250. That's big. That's a milestone. We said we are gonna reach that. We targeted 250 in the beginning of the season. We at 250 now. We still got 3 games left. Shit. Man, shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Day one, man. It's been a quick season. You know, time flies when you're having fun with your compadres, when you're talking Falcons every week, when you go into these games. Time really flies. The season flies. It flew a lot quicker than I wanted it to, but it flew. We're still in the playoff race. Still hoping for that. We're gonna see what happens. So like I said, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to anybody who's new. If you're new here, man, show us some love, man. Subscribe, man. That's it, man. Shout out to y'all boys, man. Y'all to make this year fun. This is probably one of the most fun I ever had in a football season ever.
Facts.
Ever.
Well, they just got.
What happened? I couldn't hear you. You blanked out.
What he said? What happened?
they just got TVs in Columbus, so.
See, that joke didn't hit harder the second time.
Gosh.
Hey,
not whose line is
right.
Anyway.
It's all right, man. We're gonna put that joke in that. We're gonna put that joke in that baby behind you.
So I've been thinking, y'all, ways to keep this thing going when the off season hits, and I've been thinking we should just do an episode of dad jokes and just crank this thing on up and get an episode. We got the sneaker battle. Don't forget about the sneaker battle. My opponent.
Show me my.
Yeah, my opponent in the sneaker battle. We'll get to that later on too. We got some details for you, but yeah, shout out to everybody who's been a part of the the growth of One Time for the Fan. We're doing our best we can to make sure Falcon fans are satisfied with the positive content that we're pushing. We want to make sure Falcons fans have a good time and enjoy themselves here in the chat, here on the podcast, whether you're listening, whether you're watching. A lot of Falcon fans have been telling other Falcon fans about it. We appreciate it. And we're just doing the best we can to just uplift the fan base. We have a good time. We go to games. Some of us sit at home. We watch the games. Some of us are right there as soon as the gates open, home or away game. It doesn't matter, because as a diehard for any sport or for any team, this is what it's all about. So One Time for the Fan. We thank everybody for being a part of the show tonight, and we'll be back. Definitely next week, Wednesday, we might do a pop-up show in between. People was kind of busy this week. It's the holidays, so we want to make sure everybody has the time to be with the family and friends. But y'all get a chance to get drunk and eat some good food and open up some presents and watch some football, some sports, some basketball. A lot of things going on this weekend when it comes to sports and family type vibes. So enjoy it, y'all. Shout out to everybody who's been a part of this, all the subscribers and everybody. We're going to keep it moving real soon.
Hashtag 250.
Hashtag
Yes,
250.
Hashtag
We in the
250.
building. One time for the Atlanta Falcons. Keep it moving. One time for the Atlanta Falcons. One time for Chase. One time for Bodie. One time for
Bugatti.
There he goes. Boo Man shot it. And of course, we're gonna always represent these Atlanta Falcons and do the best we can.
Say boo boo the food.
God, to
Hey.
uplift this fan base.
Hey, Flip. What time you Santa Claus at South DeKalb Mall?
Sheesh. God.
Damn.
Don't you still do security? What time y'all open?
Hey, Bodie. I just seen an ostrich.
What you like? Come get it. Here go Bodie. Hold on. Let me get my ring.
Take it, man.
Let me get my ring. I'm on the way.
He's a big bugger. Let me.
Here go Bodie. Ostrich. Does it look like this? One time for the fan, we lit, we live. We always talking Falcons football. We'll see y'all back next week, Wednesday, definitely. But there's a pop-up show in between. Just subscribe to the channel. Pay attention to One Time for the Fan on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever we're at. Go ahead and find it, because we're trying to push the positive content. Shout out to everybody. We'll see y'all soon. Bia! Quick flex.
He always catch it too.
Gosh, Boo Man, you might want to sew that other side. I can see skin.
Yeah, I see your tattoos.
Is that a towel? One time for the fan.